What's good? It's the Boss of Clicking More. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. We're gonna switch gears. We're gonna start doing a lot of off-topic videos. Off boxing topic, off sports topic videos, man. And as the year winds down and major fights, go away into the top of the year. We're gonna switch up the hustle. We do from time to time, but we're gonna be making more consistent now. Towards the end of the year, and this is my top 5 favorite rappers. This is obviously subjective, and depending on what area you grew up from. I've seen some people have E40, Sebo, I think that's the guy's name, and dudes from that area, Paul Walker, Millionaire. It depends on where you're from. Pimp C. Depends all where you're from. I grew up in Detroit, Michigan, so and I stayed in the South. Stayed different areas. It's definitely different. But let's kick this list off. This is my top 5 rappers. Personal. And, you can get mad, like it, love it, hate it. It is what it is. It's mine. You can leave yours in the comment description, and hopefully I can get to it. But number 1 is Pac for me. It's nobody better than Pac. I want to say nobody will be better than Pac, but nobody better than Pac right now. The way that this new music is going, I think he can, in my opinion, he can stay right there forever. A lot of these young guys are making ad-libs songs, and they living off the beat. The beat is the star of the song now. That's just my opinion right now. But Pac, when you felt nobody rhymes like Pac before. You felt everything he said, and the versatility put him over the top for me. Able to be activist and talk about Brenda Had a Baby and being trapped in his first couple albums, to switching it up and going to the West Coast more style, and be able to do East and West Coast type music. We know the history. He grew up on the East Coast, moved to the West Coast, and able to blend in and fit in right with them, and help take their music to the next level as well. He was able to do everything. He was able to feel his music. He was able to feel his lyrics. He wasn't the most lyrical, but when you feel somebody lyrics in your veins and in your heart, that's authentic. That's tough to do. A lot of rappers can't do that. A lot of rappers can't make you in your car and make you visually see what they rapping about. And that was Pac. And then you felt it and you knew it was real. You could feel the passion, the pain. You can feel. I just can't explain it. If you didn't grow up through the '90s and you didn't hear the music when it was fresh off the wire, I mean, it's hard to say. It's hard to explain. But it's just something that I've never felt in music, at least in rap, before. I've never been put in a place when I hear Tupac music, that I could be, a certain way, and it kind of can calm you down, and kind of can put you in that right position. You know what I'm saying? And that's my opinion right there on him. Big, number 2, I just never heard nobody rap like Big before. Big L, Big Pun, they was close. A lot of guys from the East was close, but they never ever got to reach their full potential. It never did Big. He had 2 albums, and that's a lot of what people, criticize him on. But the 2 albums were so good that he number 2 to me. I mean, the flow. I have never heard nobody rap like Big before. Like I said, Big L and Big Pun, they close. But, Big, had one more album than Big Pun and a few more than Big L, who was on his way on the come up. But you never heard nobody rap like Big, man. And his storytelling was timeless. He was another great storyteller, one of the better storytellers in rap. And the way that he played with words and the way he was able to go from the thuggish rapper to Puff was helping him turn more commercial with Juicy. And he did both. He had another versatility, As far as made you feel his music like Pac did, nah. No, but you felt his storytelling. He was a different. Not a lot of people can do what Pac did. And the top 2 for most people is preference. But Pac had a bigger body of work. And, he was a workhorse. He had albums put up. He was dropping albums when he died. He had so many albums put up. But Big, if you don't want nobody rapping like that. Let's not on albums like that. Don't want nobody rapping like Big. Big was special. In the art of penmanship being lost in this era, I mean, if these 2 were still alive, I don't think they would allow rap to go where it was going. Famously, when Big killed Kwame with that one line, like he talking about the polka dots and that shit whack, and killed his career with a line. So what you think they would have did to guys like Young Thug and Lil Wayne? They never would have flourished. And that's why it was important for the powers that be, which I won't speak on too much, to get Pac and Biggie out the way so rap can go down. And you like, oh, why didn't they get rid of Jay-Z? I mean, Jay-Z didn't have the clout and the power that Pac and Big had. Nobody knew Jay-Z was going to be big as he was. You know, in the era of Pac and Big, he dropped Reasonable Doubt, which most people thought was a classic. It went unheard of. It went under the radar for a long time. And then people realized it, like, dang, that was a good album. You know, that's a good way to segue into Jay. Jay, for me, I had Nas at 3, but Jay is still ticking in the rap game, man. In verse 444, and some of his other stuff that he did just notched him above Nas, man. I know that's preference for people. I'm a huge Nas fan. Verbiage and penmanship, I still go with Nas. But Jay's did a lot of things like writing Still Dre, and Nas wrote Get Jiggy With It by Will Smith, and a lot of other stuff that we don't know of from both of those guys. And one guy from Queens, one guy from Brooklyn. To me, it's really a tie. I'm sorry, it's a tie. I'm gonna call it a tie for 3 and 4, man. I just, got a lot of respect for Nas and a lot of respect for Jay. But Jay, man, what more can you say about Jay? He's been an activist and, by, funding the Khalif Browder movie and getting that footage. Still dropping good albums like verse 444. In the midst of this terrible rap era that we having, where these guys are just pushing gay agendas on the rap game. Wearing tight clothes and not having no penmanship and just doing ad-libs on the track. Jay still can drop a gem and still be great. From the Reasonable Doubt to, the Dynasty, who had the best intro, in my opinion, ever. To going to Blueprint 1 to the Black Album. I mean, he had a lot of classic albums, man. And you got to put him up there. Nas, I think, a lot of people have him having the greatest rap album of all time in Illmatic, which changed rap, man. And he dropped that album in the midst of Pac and Biggie, and it was a gem. It was a crown gem. He dropped it the same year Big dropped Ready to Die, I believe. Right before that, I think he dropped a couple months before that. I can't remember. But it changed rap, in the mix of Pac and Biggie era, and I think that's really his claim to fame. It Still Was Written was a great one as well. He wrote a lot of things under the radar as well. One of the greatest rappers of all time. Both him and Jay, obviously M. Nas has done a lot. A lot of people thought Nas was going away and he fell off and stuff like that, but he did a lot, man. A lot of things under the radar that you don't know. Finish off with M, top 5. A lot of people probably not like me putting M in the top 5. It's not because I'm from Detroit and he moved and now claims to Detroit. Is anybody that moves those amount of records, and is as popular as Eminem, can't leave him off the list. And he dropped gems for years. Good album, classic album. Still was able to drop Rap God a few years ago, show that he still can be in the game. He about to drop another album. He had a subpar album, but it is what it is. His numbers speak for itself. His freestyle, his penmanship speaks for itself, and you know why he on this list if you know who M is. But we go.